Hi folks, I'm back with the fifth video presentation of my MERN Stack project, which is an auction website. In the final episode of the video series, we had a look at the main page where we can see the products and switch between product categories like cars, furniture, jewelry, etc. And in this one, we're going to click on a product and see the page for product details. And as always, we will test the responsive design. Just to pick up from where we left off, I will just go back here. This was the product page. And now let's click on a product to see the route for this product. Let's click on this one. Here we have it. Once we click on a product, we get a new route with the ID number and the name of the product in the URL. So in this page, we have a dynamic URL, but I'm afraid you're not able to see the URL for the time being. As you might have noticed when the page loaded, we have seen a green image for a fraction of a second, which means we are getting these images from the node server. In case of a server connection problem, we see that green image as a placeholder. I'll just refresh the page, maybe you will see it for, yeah, as you can see, it's there for a very small amount of time. Now we can examine the page. The first row is for images and products. Images and products. On the left, we have smaller versions of the images on which you can click and see the image in large mode. We can switch between images as such. Currently, I'm uploading only three images from the server, but these three buttons up here, they're supposed to store a total of 9 images, with each consisting of 3 images. However, that's for further configuration. Maybe I will upload more images and make these buttons functional as well, but not now. On the right, we have item details. For furniture, they could be fabric type, year, color, any damage info if there's any, and a certain part of this div, possibly the top part, is going to include the details about the auction itself, like auction date, auction time, or minimum deposit, and so on. And right below the images and the details, right below them, we have the section for auction booking. I'll just scroll down a little bit. But what does it mean, auction booking? In my configuration, my auction website is going to accept only 10 bidders for each item. So for this sofa or couch, whatever you call it, only 10 people will be able to attend the auction. And to do so, they have to book a seat at the auction. And as you can see, we have only 10 chairs. Let me scroll down further. 10 chairs. 4, 3, 2, 1 in each row. And some of them are occupied and some of them are still available. Please pay attention to the order of the chairs. Currently, it's occupied, occupied, available, available. Just the first row will be enough. But when I refresh the page, I will just refresh the page. Now it has changed. Available, occupied, available, and available. Let me refresh it again. It's now available, available, occupied, occupied. What happens here? Since I don't have real users or potential bidders for now, I have created an array that consists of 10 items, ones and zeros. One stands for occupied, red ones, and zero stands for available, green ones. Because a random number generator creates this array, ones and zeros, we receive a new order from the server whenever we refresh the page. Normally, this order is going to come from the MongoDB when we have actual users. When the page receives this array from the backend, these ones and zeros, it places either available or occupied icon in the uh, chair. In this chair image, it places either available or occupied. For zeros, it's available, green ones, and for ones, it places occupied, red one. So Let's see what happens when I click on a chair to book it. Let me click on this one. As you can see, when we click, we get a model. As soon as we click, we get a model. And to give the user a better user experience, the screen is centered around the booking section. Let me show it again. Scroll up, maybe this way. I will just click on one, and the screen is centered around this booking section. And depending on the availability of the chair, we get different feedback from the model. If I click on an occupied chair, we get this warning: seat taken, please choose another one. Okay, let's choose an available one, and this time we get this attendance fee, £6 refundable. I've just included it because for an auction website like this, we would want to keep things serious, so we don't want any passerbys to just come and try. So just to keep things a bit serious, this £6 of attendance fee will be applied. So if you want to be a part of an auction, you are supposed to pay this small fee, and it's refundable. At the end of the auction, you can get it back, or you can get the item, and this can be deducted from the total price or whatever. This is the configuration I have come up with for the time being. And if I click outside the model closes. Yeah, if I click outside the model, but if I click inside the model, nothing happens. But if I click outside, it goes away. Yeah, when the user gets this feedback, attendance fee, they are supposed to click on pay and book this button and proceed with booking option. But that's for the next video, or for I will create that page later on. Now we can just see the page in responsive mode. Before right clicking and showing it in responsive mode, I will just simply change the screen size, resize the browser. Yeah, this width. And if I make it smaller, this configuration comes. And for this width, we get this booking section will be like this. And if I click, the model will look like this. And in mobile, it will look like this. And the model will look like this. Now I will just right click and inspect. And now we are in responsive mode. As always, I will start with some Samsung phones, Galaxy Note 3. With Galaxy Note 3, it's going to look like this. Switch between images, image layout, the details, one row, and at the end we will have this booking section. And if I click on one, the model will look like this. So as you can see, this route for auction detail, the product detail, is 100% responsive. It's completely responsive. So after that, I will go with Surface Duo, slightly larger device, and switch between images, and the item details, and the booking section will be like this, and the model will look like this. After Surface Duo, I will switch to a large device, next Nest Hub Max. It will look like this, and the model will look like this. And finally, I will not change the tradition, and I will go with iPhone 6. And with iPhone 6, it's going to look like this. And the model will look like this.